hello there. Presented by the Atlas Strength Shop. This is the Atlas Nerds in Iron podcast.
Good evening and welcome to the Atlas Nerds in Iron podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Ray, and this is our beautiful co-host. Welcome back, Mr. Mathew Cavalier. How you doing today, Matt?
Doing great, Cameron. How are you?
I would be so much better if you had brought me one of these boudin balls you kept telling me about today.
Sorry, I only crushed 11 of them.
How big were they? Were they like golf ball size? Oh, so they were like
they were a handful.
What did he make them himself, or did he go like run to Billy's and just buy a bunch?
He had them picked up at one of these caterings.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they were good. They're
awesome,
very good.
Awesome. Were they just standard, or were they like filled with pepper jack cheese? Or
no, they were good old-fashioned boudin balls.
Okay.
But whenever someone leaves a tray of boudin balls unattended, one goes to like double digits very quickly.
Oh, definitely. And it's kind of like deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Like once you notice that you're the only one eating any of the deviled eggs,
why stop?
You've given plenty of chances for anyone else to eat deviled eggs. You've actually audibly said, "Hey, does anyone want any of the devil's eggs?" When that silence is deafening,
That's permission.
Yeah.
That's consent.
Yeah, you eat 24 deviled eggs.
See, I didn't do the asking part. Like, once everyone finished their plates and they started meandering everywhere else and doing sociable things,
You just hung out by the balls.
I see nobody else playing with the balls, I went balls deep.
Okay. This has a potential to be like that whole Alec Baldwin sweaty balls gag. Remember that one?
Yeah.
All right, so let's full disclosure, we're not really sure where this podcast is going to take us today. There hasn't really been a whole lot going on.
No.
So we're just going to talk. We're going to go into some of the things we've been getting into this last week, talk about some plans for the future, and we'll just see where this tangent kind of takes us. But first, we're going to talk about our sponsors. First and foremost, we have StrikeForceEnergy.com. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com and pick up your next shipment of energy supplement. They come in these little pouches. It's a little liquid pouch. It's about the same size as a Crystal Light pouch. You pour them into whatever it is you are drinking, whether that be water, fruit juice, Gatorade, or some alcoholic beverage of your choice. And it is going to add 160 milligrams of caffeine to your day, which is roughly the same amount in a can of Monster. They come in 4 flavors. They come in lemon, orange, grape, and original. The original tastes a lot like Red Bull. I've put that one in vodka and tequila, and it was actually pretty damn good. So if you're going to mix your stimulants with your depressants, that's definitely going to be the way to go. However, we at the Atlas Strength Shop do not endorse such behavior, even if it's kind of fun.
Whatever Cameron says.
But use promo code Atlas Strength at checkout, and you're going to save 20% on your next purchase. They also not only sell the little plackets, but they sell little, well, they're not little. They're 750 milliliter pump bottles. You can just put by your sink, put a couple of squirts into whatever you're drinking, give you a little bit of quick caffeine. So when you go into the kitchen, you chug that glass of water that you keep right by the sink, you can just put a couple of pumps of caffeine in there as well, and it's going to give you enough energy to do what it is that you are procrastinating doing while you're sitting around the house.
Yes, sir.
I personally put a couple of pumps into whatever I'm drinking first thing in the morning so that I have enough energy to make my coffee. And that's kind of the way that I go.
You got to have that pre-coffee caffeine.
Yes, you need your caffeine to make your caffeine. So again, use promo code Atlas Strength at checkout. You're going to save 20% at checkout on your next purchase of energy. Next up, we have ImpactMouthGuards.com. So we talked about them a lot last time on the podcast when we had Corey here, just because he had never heard of Impact Mouth Guards.
Okay.
And he actually he grinds his teeth at night.
Oh, so, they're good for that too, yeah.
Yeah, we had a good bit to talk about. In fact, he had me send him the link afterwards. I think he went and got him some, and hopefully he remembered to use promo code Atlas Strength at checkout, and he saved 10% on that mouth guard. Not only do they make mouth guards specifically for grinding your teeth, but they also make them for combat sports and power sports as well. They're also completely customizable. I personally have one of their Powerlift mouth guards with the Atlas Strength Shop logo on it, and I used promo code Atlas Strength at checkout, and I saved me 10% on it.
I sure did that too.
So what they're going to do is they're going to send you a little mold. You bite down on it. You ship that back to them. They're going to send you a custom mouth guard that fits you and only you. They're going to save that mold on, or not that mold. They're going to save that impression on file, just in case you want to get a second one, you want to get a replacement, or you just want, a one for every shirt choice so that you have matching mouth guards. That's on you. They're going to keep that free of charge for 6 months.
Yep.
Then after that, it's a small charge, and they'll keep it indefinitely. So yeah, use promo code Atlas Strength at checkout. You're gonna save 10% on that mouth guard.
Yep.
Next up, we have our latest sponsor. We have Sticks and Stone. They got their start during the pandemic whenever everybody was buying up every weight plate in America just to turn around and sell them for $8 a pound on Facebook Marketplace. The world needed a hero, and that hero was Sticks and Stone. What this guy did is he made molds for concrete plates. So with these molds, you can make 55, 45, 35, 25, and 10-pound concrete plates that will fit onto a Olympic-sized barbell. With concrete, you can get very accurate sized weights like that. But yeah, that's his bread and butter. He makes those plates and he makes molds for kettlebells. That's where he gets most of his sales from. But if you are listening and you are a strongman promoter, hit him up because he has gotten to the point where he is making custom implements for strongman as well. He is actually making us a set of Husafell stone replicas. They weigh 210, 310, and 409 pounds. Provided they're ready, I'm going to go and pick them up here at the end of the month.
Nice.
And, yeah, I really can't wait. It's definitely going to be worth that trip to Houston. He will deliver them. I just worked out a deal to where I'll go get them. And,
cool.
Yeah, because I like Houston. So I don't mind making that drive. Excuse me. And last but not least, we have the Atlas Strength Shop. That is us. If you are located in the Baton Rouge area, definitely come by and see us. We are the center of strength sports in the state of Louisiana. We do strongman, powerlifting, Olympic lifting, whatever you're into. We have the ability to help you do it here. Best time to come check us out. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. we get together as a big group and we focus on strongman. Even if strongman isn't your speed, that would be the best time to come by and get a feel for the environment and see if you like our culture. If you like our culture, we'd love to have you. If you aren't in the area and you still want to support us, the best way to do that is to go to the AtlasStrengthShop.com. I'm sorry, just AtlasStrengthShop.com. Use promo code AtlasNerds10 at checkout, and you can get 10% off on any of our t-shirts. Really, any of our apparel. We also have some beanies up there. We have some sweatshirts if you still live in an area where it's cold. But yeah, AtlasNerds10 at checkout, and you're going to save 10% on your next purchase. I'm guessing it kicked you off of the TikTok?
My phone sometimes shuts down for some random reason.
Okay, but we are still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
All right, cool. Any comments so far?
Not yet, but you're getting some likes.
Okay, cool.
So.
I didn't even know you could like the TikTok or TikTok lives.
Yeah, you can tap the screen and send some love.
That's something that I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really spend a lot of time.
So while I
watching
remember
TikTok lives.
something that I wanted to hit on was you were talking about sticks and stones. I thought that was a very cool concept to create weight plates out of concrete molds. Like,
Yeah,
what an
definitely.
ingenious way to fill a need.
And have you seen the designs that he puts on them?
No.
Like, it's not just a bare bone Flintstone weight that you've got on this. He like the mold has a stamp of text and it's got like a little cross beam on it.
Nice.
It'll actually show what the weight are, so you aren't like, stenciling how much each one weighs.
Right.
From what I understand, if I understand how he does it, he sends you one set of molds.
Mm-hmm.
And with this one set of molds, there are inserts. So you put the insert into the cylinder, fill it with concrete. The insert is what has the imprint on it that's going to say whether it's going to be 55, 45, 35, 25, or 10. And that insert is different thickness, and that's how you reduce the volume so that you can get accurate weight.
That's smart.
Right?
I do have one, like, how I have to ask, though, how durable are the plates?
So I've never used one, but I can't imagine they'd be any less durable than an Atlas stone. I mean,
True.
Obviously, you don't want to drop them from overhead.
Right.
But they used, he made some 100-pound plates for the women's, one of the women's events during Clash on the Coast.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you go to his profile on Instagram or TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, if you're watching this on TikTok, just pop over to his page right now. Go check him out. Go give him a like, give him a follow. That's where we met him, through TikTok. But you'll actually see his stuff being used at Clash on the Coast this year.
Cool. Looking forward to it. That's awesome.
So, yeah, but I really think with Strongman, he's found a niche because, we like big rocks.
We do like big
We
rocks.
cannot lie.
Cannot lie. And we mean concrete rocks, not those rocks.
Teach their own.
Yeah, it depends on what time it is.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a little rock in your life.
Mm-hmm. And light that rock up.
Yeah. Twisted sister. So, what you been up to this week, Matt?
Oh, busy as hell. Work all week, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Training early in the morning, obviously. And then full weekend plans. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So much has happened since yesterday morning. It literally feels like I saw you last week.
Well,
Which
yeah.
I know technically I did because today is Sunday and I saw you yesterday.
So that's last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's been longer than what was that, 36 hours?
Give or take.
Yeah, it feels like it's been longer than that since I've actually seen you and caught up with you. Yesterday after Strongman Saturday, or my week, really started on Friday because that's when things started getting busy.
Mm-hmm.
Our friends over at Refuge Aerial, I told them that I would help them set up for the event they're having.
Right.
Because I just think it's a good idea for gym owners in the area to help each other out. So I helped them set up. They had this big backdrop they wanted to hang up, and it kind of had like decorating for prom vibes to it.
Right.
Yeah, because that's kind of their thing. So they hung this big backdrop with like fake clouds on it and all this, just kind of make the room seem smaller than it was, cover some of the signage that was in the back, and give something for the lights to reflect off of. So after Strongman Saturday ended yesterday, I went home. So like I'm waking up. I had to be here for 8 for Matt Higgins. He was in town. He wanted to record a little thing for his YouTube channel.
Okay.
We weren't able to do that just because technical difficulties. Like there was something weird going on with his SD cards. We weren't able to get that done. But he stuck around for Strongman Saturday. After Strongman Saturday ended, went home, showered, ate a little something, then went straight back over to Refuge to help them finish setting up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there until around, I think everything was done about 7:30.
Okay.
And then there was Mexican food involved.
Then there's always time for Mexican
There's
food.
always time for Mexican food. Have you ever been to Los Reyes over on Corsi?
Yeah, a couple times.
They've like combined Mexican food and Mediterranean food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a little different. It's
It
good.
is a little different.
It's good,
but
though.
I don't understand where the inspiration came from because the two cultures aren't even close to each other.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
they just decided to hodgepodge it. And wait, it works.
I like it works. I had a had a quesadilla with Euro meat in it.
Nice.
It was good. Yeah. Like I got there and I was admittedly already pretty full because they had like a bunch of the those little, how you take like a wrap and you slice it into little slices and then that thing they call them like pinwheels or whatever.
Yeah.
I had like 20 of those.
Those things are good.
Yeah.
I love the little pinwheels.
Because you can literally just grab them and just shove the whole thing in your mouth.
I haven't, but
You can't. You probably can.
you can. I could. I mean, I
Yeah.
was shoving whole boudin balls in my mouth today.
Yeah.
Yep.
So many boudin balls. 11 of them.
11 boudin balls.
That's a lot of boudin balls.
I was going to go for 12, but I was like, you know what? Probably shouldn't.
It's an even dozen.
Yeah. Had I not had some cake, I'd have had another boudin ball.
You got plenty of toilet paper at home?
Yes.
Okay, good. You're
Yeah.
going to need it.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, when that catches up, it's going to be a bad day.
I'll feel it in the morning when I come to work out.
So much grease.
Yeah.
So I know you worked on yoke squat on Saturday.
Yeah.
Your yoke squat's looking a lot better than when you started working on this.
Yeah, and the funny part is I'm only doing it once a week. Like when I come in a strongman Saturday and I just basically max out on the yoke squat, that's the only time I really touch it. But I am squatting
Yeah.
during the week, so not as if I'm not squatting.
But what's cool about it is because it's a different movement than the squat, the limiter is the implement itself and not your body.
Right.
So, like, 370 on a yoke squat is max, but it's not as much as your body is capable of doing. It's as much as the position that the yoke will allow you to do at the time.
Right.
So you're able to go relatively heavy with the implement without killing your nervous system.
It is definitely weird, and also because you're starting from the bottom position, you can't gather your brace like you would if you were standing straight up, because your rib cage is already compressed and you're hinging already. So, in my mind, the first thing I do is get under it, get into position, and then I try to brace. I think I've seen some people try to brace and then get under it.
Yeah.
But what that does, it fucks with their positioning. So I find it's more important that you get yourself into position and then you just get as much air as you can. And you don't have to worry about the descent. So
Why is it fucking with their positioning? Just because they're in a rush, or they're
because
not able to
they're
get
trying trying to hold their brace. They're trying to hold that breath and squeeze under the height. And they because you have to start from that position. trying to find the words that are in my head. You're trying to squeeze through a tight area, like you're really trying to squeeze.
Yeah.
So you can't necessarily place the bar where you need it when you're already fully braced. So I find it better, for me at least, get myself in position, gather my brace, blow my eyeballs out of my head, which is why I'm glad I have that mouth, because I bite the ever-living shit out of that mouthpiece. And then it's just, from that point, it's just, can you commit to this or not?
Yeah.
Like, because the hardest part is breaking the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Because as you stand, obviously, the easier it gets, like a regular squat, once you get out of the hole. But it's just committing to getting it off the ground.
I know one thing. I definitely hope this event doesn't wind up in another comp.
It might.
Think so?
Yeah. Just because you're starting to see a lot more people have access to yokes.
Yeah.
And it was also at one of the big strongman shows, right? Like
Was it?
One of the Arnolds or one of like big time shows.
Not that I'm tracking.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Damien just kind of pulled this one out of his ass when him and Chris were thinking about events.
The more I do it, though, the more I kind of like it.
So you're hoping it comes back.
Yeah, because like I'm actually starting to enjoy doing it.
Would you enjoy it if it was for reps?
No, not for reps.
That's what would come next.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Just because of how you have to start.
Mm-hmm.
If it would be for reps, and you could do it for reps, but you have to be able to do it a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Like you mean doing a max effort below parallel or at parallel is one thing, but doing it for reps, that would suck.
And I can almost guarantee you, the way, just because of the nature of the way the yoke's designed, you wouldn't wind up back in the starting position.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you have one like ours that's so top heavy, and you have to worry about controlling that swing.
Yeah.
Every time you come back down, it shifts.
Yep.
Like it just depends on what part of the yoke lands first, and then it'll slide this way or that way. So it's not the same. A better squat event for reps is the Anderson squat,
which we are going to have at the third annual Rougarou Classic.
I think that's the squat event to have for reps.
Yep. Which, by the way, that is now live on Iron Podium. I haven't put the weights on there yet. I'm going to try to get that done within the next couple of days.
Okay. But besides all that, the more I do it, the more I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm starting to kind of get, in my opinion, fairly decent at it.
Yeah.
So I'm at 370, and we're still damn near, 2 months out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty okay with it.
What's Colt doing on it? You know?
Colt, no idea.
I haven't even seen him work it yet.
Me either.
I'm wondering if he's even trying to get that specific with it.
I have no idea. I don't know. I feel like Colt would have a hard time getting under that, honestly.
I do too. And but just in case any of his rivals are listening to this right now, I don't really want to get into all that.
Good dude. Yeah.
Because that would be a shame if we put out Colt's Achilles heel to the public and then people just jump on him.
He doesn't have many, and there's a pull event, so good fucking luck.
Yes. Yes, there is still a deadlift event. So
if it involves pulling anything from the floor and you got to go against Colt 45 Swanson, you're in for a hell of a time.
You know, even though I know they intended for that to be like the gun, every time I hear it, I think the malt liquor. Every time.
The 40 or Colt 45.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get a little brown baggy.
Yeah.
Hey, if Colt was a drinker, we can get him one of those after the strongman show. Colt 45, walk around with a Colt 45.
We should just do it anyway.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't drink it, just hold it, man. Just do it for the pictures. Do it for the gram.
Do it for the gram. He doesn't really do much on Instagram. He tries, but I don't really think he really understands Instagram very much.
Honestly, I don't think he really cares one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's here to move heavy things, especially from the ground. And that's it.
Well, I know that he wants to eventually go to World's Strongest Man.
Right.
And the unfortunate reality is that World's Strongest Man is a TV show first and a strongman competition second. And we've seen time and time again people who are strong as hell and deserve to go to one of the strongest competitions in the world
Aren't the ones who get invited.
Well, they're not. They don't get invited because they don't have a social media presence.
I kind of have a bone to pick with that, but
Well, again, it's a TV show first and a strongman show second,
yeah.
which is understandable why they do it that way. Like those guys get to go to the Arnold, they get to go to the Rogan Invitational, they get to go to I can't remember one in Dubai that always has been happening for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So they still get to go to the big heavy shows, but because he's got 1 million followers on Instagram and he's buddy with Joe Rogan,
Mm-hmm.
guys like Robert Oberst are still going to World's Strongest Man.
He's not in it this year, is he?
He is.
He's in World's
I'm
Strongest Man.
90% sure that he's in it this year.
When's the last competition? I don't remember.
Last World's Strongest Man.
Nah.
He goes to World's Strongest Man. That's it.
I mean, I like him, but I think he's been passed up at this point.
Everyone agrees. Everyone in the strongman community agrees. There were jokes going around about Anthony Furman possibly inviting him to compete against the middleweights at Clash just to watch him get stomped by a bunch of guys half his size. Because he has a really good press, but yeah, he's on the tail end of his career.
He has a history of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting up in his years. I mean, the guys coming up behind him are really freaking impressive.
But because he has 1 million followers on Instagram and his buddies with Joe Rogan.
But see, you could use that platform for the sport in a different way.
It's not him using the platform for the sport. It's the promoters of World's Strongest Man using him to promote World's Strongest Man.
I mean, you could still do that,
Yes.
but still have,
It's probably a condition of him actually pushing it. Because like Larry Wheels almost got invited to World's Strongest Man a few years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Because he's really strong and has a huge following.
Right.
World's Strongest Man doesn't really care about figuring out who the World's Strongest Man is. They care about ratings.
Well,
Like they don't even do a live stream because they want to edit everything up into a little 45-minute special and air it on CBS around Christmas time.
I get the need for that. I get it.
There's no need for it.
But
There's no need for it at all. The sport is past the need of World's Strongest Man.
True.
We have the Arnold.
Yeah.
We have the Rogue Invitational.
And they live stream those events.
Yeah, we have events that are live streamable.
Yeah. And then they post the whole thing on YouTube so you can go back and watch it as if it is live.
Mm-hmm.
And those are always fun to watch. I
It's
enjoy
just
those.
CBS doesn't understand that model is dead.
Right.
They're
But right now, companies like that still have all the money, so they'll keep doing what they're doing until they're not profitable anymore.
they're not profitable. Network TV shows are hemorrhaging money.
Are they?
Yeah.
Nobody
watches them anymore.
No, I don't even have cable.
Yeah.
So
Most people don't.
all I have is streaming platforms.
Literally, as soon as all the boomers are dead,
That'll be it.
yeah, there's not going to be cable anymore.
Probably not.
Nobody gives a shit.
But which I've said this before, is they're gonna find a way to finagle themselves into the online streaming world,
They already have.
and basically it's gonna be the same thing. And
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
NBC has
Peacock,
Paramount Plus. No, CBS is Paramount Plus.
Is it?
Peacock is NBC.
Yep.
Netflix is kind of standalone, but I think they have some issues too.
Netflix has stopped being customer centric and has started trying to nickel and dime their members.
Yeah, they did this thing where if you share your password and you pay
I canceled my Netflix.
Did you?
Because of all that.
Right.
Just because I know damn well I'm not going to be able to get my dad to stop using my password or my grandmother.
Yeah, so just go ahead and nip it in the bud.
And they did that at the same time that they did a price hike too.
Oh, that's true. The prices did go up. Like what,
Yeah.
$12 a month now?
I think they were 15.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't have it on auto pay. I don't know
And
what it is.
like realistically, I will never run out of content on Amazon or the Funimation app or YouTube.
What I'm trying to think if there's any shows on Netflix that we're actually constantly watching. So what we might do, and which I do for platforms during sports seasons, is just cycle on and off.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to like once a year pay for a month just so I can catch up on like whenever The Witcher drops its next season, whenever what's it called? The Last Kingdom drops their next season. Like, just let a few seasons of shows that I enjoy, because realistically, the only things that I watch on Netflix anymore are their original content. They do have some really good shows.
The only show that I'm watching on Netflix right now, which when I get around to it, because my wife is stuck in 1995, is Peaky Blinders. Like,
never saw it.
I really enjoy the show. Oh, and The Walking Dead, but I've missed the AMC streaming of it, so I'm just gonna wait till it hits Netflix and catch up with that.
So, the reason why I never got into Peaky Blinders is because of that one dude who's supposed to be like their badass. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yes, Cillian Murphy.
I don't know what his name. Yeah, it's the actor's name, right?
Yeah, that's the guy who played Scarecrow in Batman.
Yeah, you can't convince me that he's a badass.
He is, but not in the brawny gunfighter. He's more the brains. Now, there are some scenes where he gets in fights, and actually he loses a lot of fights. He actually gets his fucking ass kicked quite often. Mm-hmm. But he's the smarts. He's the brains. He's the risk taker, the analyzer. He's the analytical person.
Well, maybe I should give it a shot.
So it fits. His brother, I forgot the actor's name, but his brother Arthur in the show, he's the pit bull. He's the aggressive, bronze, gets in fist fights every chance he can get character. But Cillian Murphy's character, he fits it great. He's the ringleader, he's the mastermind, he's the guy who thinks and analyzes, and I think he does a great job.
Okay.
So you have to watch the whole first season to really get the taste of it.
I also have to resubscribe to Netflix.
I'm sorry?
I also would have to resubscribe to Netflix.
Whatever you get around to it.
Well, I think I'm good right now. In fact, I'm probably going to cancel everything else because the Funimation app is $5 a month.
Oh, that's cheap.
And I just started watching One Piece.
Oh, that'll keep you occupied for the next 10 years.
Yeah, so I think I'm good. Like, I've never actually gotten around to watch it because it seems like such a huge commitment.
It probably is. Well, how long are the episodes?
They're 20-minute episodes.
Okay, so that's digestible.
But there's like 700 of them.
True, but what is 20-minute episode? You can go through 5 of them in an evening.
Yeah. So
you can go through episodes pretty fast.
I don't know. I haven't turned on my TV in like a week.
My wife, she really is a fan of watching shows that she's seen before. Because after a long, hard day at work and dealing with the baby.
I do that too.
Yeah.
You want something in the background that you don't have to pay attention to.
Yeah, she kind of zones out, and she likes the familiarity of things.
I do that with Dragon Ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Right now, she's on ER kick.
On what?
ER. The show from the 90s.
Oh, yeah. ER.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were saying YAR.
No, ER. I say it fast. ER.
Yeah. It's weird to think George Clooney was on that.
Wait, what? What about him?
It's weird to think that George Clooney was on that.
He was good in it, though.
Like, how many seasons did he do?
At least 5 or 6 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, he was great in it. I like George Clooney in it.
And that was pre-Batman, right?
Yes. Because this would have been more in the early to mid-90s. Mm-hmm. And then Batman was a little bit more like 97, 98. Like more towards the back half of the 90s, I think.
Really?
I think it was.
I don't know when Batman, because that would be Batman and Robin. That feels like a 1996 kind of a movie.
The one with Michael Keaton, that was what, 1989?
It was 1989, yeah.
And then...
I feel like Christian Bale was like 2001.
No, that was like 2008.
The last one, maybe. I remember being in middle school. This was before social media was a thing, but you could still have you saw the internet. So you probably did this too, where you heard rumors that they were making a movie. So you'd go to www.batmanbegins.com and you'd watch the trailer on the website.
Right. Like, I don't remember that specifically. But
no, you didn't have that kick where you were doing that?
I don't remember this, no.
So, I actually remember doing that in middle school. I want to say Batman Begins came out so maybe 2003.
Now I want to go back and look because I don't remember it being that early.
I'm pretty sure because I think you're right that what did they call the third one?
There was Batman Begins,
The
Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises. I think The Dark Knight Rises did come out in like 2008-ish.
You might be right. You might be right. Yeah, you probably are right, honestly. But man, that movie doesn't seem like a 2002, 2001 movie.
They had a lot of good movies around that time.
Yeah. Yeah, the early 2000s had some bangers.
You know what movie is really underrated, speaking of Christian Bale?
What?
Did you ever see Reign of Fire?
Oh, with the dragons.
Yes.
That movie was sick. Oh, Matthew McConaughey playing the deranged army, U.S. Special Forces guy who came overseas to slaughter the rest of the dragons.
And apparently that movie bombed.
It was so it was a weird movie. Like
it was.
It was a post-apocalyptic movie brought on by dragons.
But
it was very well executed.
Yes, it was like very grounded in reality. These weren't like mythical beasts. These were
like if dragons were real.
Yeah.
And then Christian Bale, phenomenal actor. And then for me, I think that this movie really showed you how good of an actor Matthew McConaughey is, because he went from that all right, lovey cowboy to a deranged, bald-headed, bearded psychopath. That if you didn't tell me that was Matthew McConaughey, I might have missed it.
Yeah, but it had a very cool premise, because the idea was basically the dragons would sleep, or one dragon would sleep, one, I guess, queen would sleep. With the ability to lay a lot of eggs until something triggered it and it realized that the earth was overpopulated.
And then it would eat everything.
Yes, they would come out, they would eat everything, turn the world to ash, and new things would grow on top of it.
Right.
So it was like these were the apex predators that killed the dinosaurs.
Right. They were the reset button. They were Mother Nature's reset button, which is an interesting theory to think about.
It is, definitely.
Oh, man, what do I want to say? Oh, another really good Christian Bale movie. I don't know if you've seen it. I stumbled upon it on Netflix one time, and Woody Harrelson is in it. Into the Furnace.
Never heard of it, but I'm in.
It's kind of depressing. It's kind of sad.
With Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, Woody Harrelson does not play an upbeat character, comic relief type role. You're going to hate this guy.
Okay.
You're going to hate him, and you're going to be very glad to see what happens to him.
Okay.
But Christian Bale plays a coal miner. He has some kind of blue collar job in West Virginia. He's poor. He has a Zoe. What's her name?
Deschanel?
No, she was in Avatar. Zoe
Kravitz.
Is it Zoe Kravitz?
No, it's not Zoe Kravitz. I know who you're talking about. Do I know who you're talking about? Is that the same?
She's a thin black girl. She was in Star Trek.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She was also in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I can't remember her name.
Yeah, she's in Guardians. That's right. She's in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
She plays his girlfriend in the show.
Okay.
And what happens is he accidentally kills someone in a DUI accident. He goes to prison, comes out. His brother is a Marine who came back home dealing with some issues, and essentially Woody Harrelson's character takes Christian Bale's brother and puts him in a position where he kills him. So Christian Bale's character, out of prison, his brother's dead, his girlfriend's not with him anymore because he's been in prison for some time, so she's kind of moved on, but they still have a little bit of a relationship because they still, the love is still there, but it's over.
Mm-hmm.
And now he wants to kill Woody Harrelson because he killed his brother.
Okay.
So it's like, it's a very melancholy movie, but it's like just such good storytelling.
I'm honestly out.
Why?
It seems like something I had to pay a lot of attention to.
Oh, I love it. I thought it was a great movie.
I don't have the ability to just sit and pay attention to a movie like that unless I'm in the theater.
I don't know. I think you should give it a shot.
It's the ADHD. It'll kick in.
I'm not even sure if it's. I'd have to look for it to see where it's at. You might have to. That might be one of those movies you rent on Amazon.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's on a platform right now.
So speaking of random movies that no one has ever seen of Woody Harrelson,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever seen the movie After the Sunset?
No, but I feel like I've heard the title before.
That's one of my favorite movies, and Woody Harrelson's in. He plays an FBI agent who is chasing a pair of retired jewel thieves that he's convinced aren't retired. And the jewel thieves they're a couple, and they're played by Pierce Brosnan and Selma Hayek.
Oh.
And it might be one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It's an action movie, but there's so many comedic moments in it.
Especially with Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
And Selma Hayek. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure she is just going to be hot until the day she dies.
I still remember back when I was a kid when Desperado came on TBS 1,000 times a week.
Yeah.
And there was Selma Hayek, and it's like, wow.
Yep. From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever see The Eternals?
Which one was that?
The Marvel movie that came out in theaters a few months ago.
No.
I guess it was about a year ago now.
Yeah, it's been more than a few months. No, I saw the other one. The Chinese one.
Talking about Shang-Chi?
Yes. I saw that one.
So wow, you got a while to catch up. Did you see Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah, I saw that one in theaters.
Not Homecoming, No Way Home.
Yeah, I saw that in theaters. We
Okay.
talked about it.
You haven't seen Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness?
No.
You got so much catching up. You don't have any idea what the hell's going on.
Dude, I am so behind on everything. Like, it's actually annoying. Like, I really want to catch up.
Is fatherhood really worth it?
Huh?
Is fatherhood really worth it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, because it's going to be worth it because one day when she's old enough to start watching movies with me, it's like, we can watch all these damn movies.
Yes.
Watch all the Marvel movies like back-to-back weekends.
So don't let her watch Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness until she is old enough to watch a scary movie.
Oh, it's scary?
It's a horror movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sam Raimi is the director.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, you know who Sam Raimi is?
I mean, heard the name. I know he's into horror, but like, I don't.
He's the creator of the Evil Dead trilogy.
Really?
Yes.
Like,
so like Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. That was Sam Raimi.
What's his name with the chainsaw hand?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
in the movie.
So, I watched the first one of that series fairly recently because, like, even though like compared to now, the effects were just cheesy and horrendous.
Well, there's a really good reason for that.
But it still kind of scared the shit out of me.
So,
like, even as a grown-ass man, I'm watching this movie late at night. It's like, fuck, this is actually kind of scary.
Yeah, he was really good at just making things creepy.
Yeah.
And they shoot things the same exact way in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
Well, especially now, that would be quite scary.
Like, the quick cuts are still there. The gore is still there. They basically turned I'm not going to ruin it who the villain is, but they basically made the villain almost like a Jason or Freddy Krueger type character.
So, like, can't die.
And every time you turn around, they're there.
Now I want to watch this. Now I need to catch up. I need to catch up with everything. God damn it.
But, it's so good. But, there are so many scenes that are like homages to the Evil Dead trilogy in it. Like, if Sam Raimi retired tomorrow, this would be a good send-off as a tribute for his whole career.
Damn, that good, huh?
Yeah. Well, between the Evil Dead references, the fact that it's a big blockbuster Marvel movie, it's a tribute to his time as Spider-Man's director, because he directed the original Spider-Man trilogy too.
True, right.
So, and think you saw the original Spider-Man trilogy, right?
The one with Tobey Maguire?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
So after this, and those of you at home, go ahead and do this too. Watch some of the scenes from like the evil in Evil Dead, just like moving around the woods. It was that first-person camera view. Watch that, and then watch the scene in the hospital in Spider-Man 2 when Doc Ock's arms wake up.
Oh.
It's shot the same way.
Hey, it works.
It does.
Good cinematography.
But anyway, what was I saying about? Oh, so you were talking about how, even though the effects were old and cheesy, the reason why is because they made that movie was like $20,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was just the time. That's just what they had.
Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi were friends. They were in college together.
Okay.
They made that movie in between semesters.
Really?
Yes.
Which would go on to become like a huge cult classic.
Yes. They fully intended for that to be a terrifying, scary movie.
It kind of was, though, like just the way it was shot.
But because it had those elements of slapstick, when they made the second one, they leaned into the slapstick a little bit.
I need to go back and watch the second one because I watched it a long time ago, but I rewatched the first one.
Yep.
I need to rewatch the second one.
And then by the time Army of Darkness came out,
Mm-hmm.
they were just full on slapstick with it.
But that's what made the character.
Yes.
What's the character's name?
Ash.
Yeah, but that's Ash. Like
Yep.
that's. And then now there's the TV show they did on Netflix.
It wasn't Netflix, it was Stars.
I didn't see it on Stars.
Well, they put it on Netflix,
Okay.
but it was a Stars TV show.
I know for sure there's 2 seasons. I don't know if they did anymore.
They did too. And there's a bunch of video games too that were really good. Like I had for PS2, it was called Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick.
Oh, I remember that.
It was such a good game.
This is my boomstick.
Like you could literally walk around and upgrade your shotgun or your chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could take off the chainsaw and you could put a Gatling gun attachment on it.
Nice.
That was really good. And you picked it up when you got transported back to the Civil War.
Nice.
Yeah. It was such a fun game. And supposedly they're coming out with another one for PS5.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I haven't turned on my play. I have a PlayStation 4 still, and I have not turned it on in the better part of a year.
Neither have I. The last game that I played is Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really played anything since then.
Even when I do find that I have the time, like in the evening, like Heather's watching TV in a room and baby's asleep, and I'm just up running by myself. It's like I just don't have the mental energy to
That's me.
dedicate to playing a game
I
right
am
now.
mentally burnt out by the time I get home and I'm wind down.
I would just rather see what dumb shit you sent me on TikTok.
Yep. Like most days, I lay down and I don't realize just how tired I am until I lay down and I feel my feet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when the feeling rushes back into your feet at the end of the day, and that's when I was like, "Wow, I earned my day."
Yeah. That's how you know you had a good day, though, when you're actually legitimately ready to fall asleep.
Yep. Which is rare.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I am drinking a Bang energy drink at 8 o'clock at night.
Ah, well, you'll live.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Eventually I'll die.
Yeah, hopefully not today.
Or not.
That made me jump.
What?
My wife texted me.
Oh,
My
yeah?
wife texted me simultaneously. You said or not, and the combination
Dun,
of
dun,
yeah,
dun.
just like fuck. Like, I just saw the text that said never mind, so she might be mad at me about something. I don't know.
Do we need to go ahead and call it so that you can go home?
No, I'm gonna see what she said real quick.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, it's probably nothing important. I can't find a monitor. Okay, never mind. She
Okay.
found the baby monitor. Lost the baby monitor, but we're okay.
Okay, cool. That would have been a shame if y'all would have had to have, pulled guard shifts on the baby.
Yeah.
Yep, just every 2 hours, switch out.
Actually, no, we wouldn't be doing that. We'd probably just sleep with the doors open.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, I am not. I get up at 4:30. I'm not waking up every 2 hours.
No.
No, I don't get a full night's sleep as it is.
Neither do I, but it's on the front end.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even though I consistently wake up that early, there are nights where it's like midnight and I'm still in my bed. Like, why am I awake?
Yeah. It is impossible for me to so I always I will always go to bed around the same time, usually between like 1 or 2 a.m.
Right.
No matter what the next day has me doing, just because my brain won't turn off.
You ever tried taking melatonin?
Doesn't work.
Really?
Does not work on me.
That sucks.
Yeah. Every once in a while, Benadryl will work.
Oh,
But sometimes that doesn't work either.
that sucks.
I'll do Benadryl if like sometimes my dog won't leave me alone and I'll get frustrated that I can't fall asleep
Right.
because my dog won't leave me alone.
You don't ever put Herc in a kennel whenever he's being.
So he used to be kennel trained. The first couple years I had him, he stayed in a kennel anytime I left the house.
Right.
But then one day it was like a switch flipped and he was scared of his own kennel.
That sucks.
So I didn't have the heart to force him to get in somewhere where he was scared. The only thing I can think of is around the same time he went to my grandmother's and got some fleas.
Huh.
So I think that, and I didn't notice it right away, I think that he laid in his kennel and started getting bit by fleas.
And now he associates the
Yeah,
kennel.
and he associated the kennel with being eaten alive by bugs.
Poor Herc.
Yeah. So he was scared of his kennel, and for a long time he was scared of the dishwasher. Or actually, he's still scared of the dishwasher.
Well, that's just a dog thing. Sometimes dogs are scared of stupid things.
Like, the washing machine, cool. Vacuums, no problem. Fireworks, sweet. Gunshots, who cares? The washing machine, though?
That's it.
No, not the washing machine. The dishwasher.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. He will tremble and hide upstairs.
My 2 dogs, they don't like to sleep in our bed. They like to lay in our bed. But you will see Truman, the big 90-pound Stafford mix, he will get up out of bed and go to his kennel and crash out.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, Annabelle, we more or less have to get your ass in there.
Yeah. So have any of them, or either of them, started like guarding the baby's door at night or anything like that?
No, but generally speaking, wherever the baby is, Truman's not far.
Yeah. Truman seems to be pretty attached to that baby.
Yes. Annabelle couldn't give a fuck. She likes the baby fine, but if the baby's there or not there, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Truman's the one that's a little bit more, hey, where's the baby? If the baby's in the room, she's in the room with her.
Mm-hmm. It's his job.
That, which I'm kind of nervous having people around.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's my mom, my dad, people that they're used to, it's fine. But I've not had an encounter where someone they didn't know was around the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had that yet.
Well, he didn't seem to mind me over there.
But he met you before, so
Yeah,
he
barely.
remembers you.
Barely.
So I just don't know how he would react around a total stranger.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, do I think it'd be a problem? Not really.
I mean, I guess you're going to find out, what is it, next weekend?
Yeah. But generally, for events like that, just because they're so hyperactive around a large group of people, I'll actually put them in their kennels.
Okay.
Which I know you're not a fan of, but they like their kennels, so
yeah,
it's
fine.
fine. Like, for them, it's security, so
Yeah.
they just go to sleep.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I have a feeling, though, if somebody made a wrong move around Vivian and he's close by, there's going to be a dead body on the floor.
Yeah.
Because he's a 90-pound dog that can jump.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's kind of weird to think about the fact that like a 90-pound dog can like completely just unalive a human.
Especially him, because he's a Stafford mix. And so I did a little bit of research on the breed, and apparently Staffords, like purebred Staffords, like those are the dogs that ranchers use to kill coyotes and wolves.
But like you wouldn't be scared of a 90-pound human.
No. But also a 90-pound human doesn't have the bite force that they do.
Yeah. But like a 90-pound dog is strong too. Hell, a 50-pound dog is strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breed matters.
Genetics are weird.
Yeah. Breed does matter, but size, a big dog, a big sizable dog, especially the ones that are big barrel-chested dogs. To me, like if I see a big barrel-chested dog, it's like this dog can do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming he's not a marshmallow who sleeps in a,
And
comforted kennel all day.
And then there's Hercules.
And there's Hercules, crack dog.
Uh-huh. High on crack cocaine.
24/7.
He has 2 speeds. He either looks like a complete crack addict, or he just looks like he's just depressed and anxious.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are his 2 speeds. Like if I'm in the kitchen, he'll look at me like he's anxious because he's worried I'm going to turn the dishwasher on.
For Herc.
Yeah.
So I guess you don't turn the dishwasher on until after you go to bed.
No, I'll usually I will run the dishwasher if I'm able to be there during the day.
Mm.
Like that's when I'll run the dishwasher.
Right.
Because I don't think it's I would feel bad if I ran it and then left.
Right. And then he's just in there with a machine that he hates
Yeah.
making noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm at least there where I can like go upstairs and check on him. Try
Truman
to console him a little bit.
Truman, for some dumb reason, is absolutely terrified of trash bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's one that a lot of dogs are scared of trash bags.
Like I cannot, if Truman's in the kitchen while I'm doing, changing out the bag in the trash can, he bolts.
And Hercules, if I get out a trash bag, he knows I'm changing the trash, and that means I'm going outside.
So he wants to go with you.
Yeah, he wants to take the trash out with me.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. He's like, get me out of here right now.
Like I said, like the only thing in the world Hercules is scared of is the dishwasher.
Yeah, funny.
Like I could light fire to the apartment, and he'd be cool with it. As long as I don't turn the dishwasher on. But it was actually really cute when Raven was still over there.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we ran the dishwasher while Raven was there,
mm-hmm.
he normally goes upstairs and he hides, but this time he went right next to her and sat in between her and the kitchen and just shook the whole time.
Poor Hercules. Trying to be brave for a little
he's
girl.
like, I'm gonna be brave for the baby, but just trembling, making sure that the dishwasher didn't come in there and try to get the baby.
So I've been meaning to ask you, how's your training going?
It's going pretty well. I just finished the first week of my hypertrophy block. Went into the second week of it today.
Right.
The way I'm going to do it is I'm not going to run 7-day weeks. I'm going to run 6-day weeks. So I'm going to train 2 days, rest, train 2 days, rest, train 2 days, rest. That way I can get a little bit further, a little bit quicker.
Right.
And if if life happens, I need to take an extra day, then so be it. But that's going to be what I try to run for the foreseeable future.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of volume, though. Like so much volume.
That's a good thing. Build the
Yes.
base. Build that base back up.
And that's what I need. Apparently, my cardio is still on point.
That's good.
So, which that's something I've always been naturally good at. Is I've had a huge aerobic engine. So, trying to take advantage of that as much as I can, too.
I do not have an aerobic capacity. I mean, I have a capacity, just not fantastic.
Have you done the tire flip challenge that we have on the board yet?
Nah, I don't plan on it.
No?
No. Doesn't look like something I want to do for 60 seconds.
So I was able to get 20 in 60 seconds. Sully and Jules both tried, and they both couldn't get more than 16.
Okay.
And I think Botsy's going to try it next week.
I probably could do 20, but I'm just not going to.
I also figured out that I was shorted by 6 seconds, though, too. So I probably could have gotten one more rep. Maybe even 2.
Right now I'm doing all those heavy-ass sandbags.
Yeah.
So it makes me not want to flip any tires.
I almost today, with the 100-pound bag, did like a 3-rep EMOM for 10 minutes.
Ugh.
I think that would have been fun.
The 100-pound bag's not bad.
No.
I mean, honestly, even the 200-pound and up, it's not the weight. It's just that I'm a 5'8" guy trying to move this big,
Something
awkward,
as
heavy.
large as you.
Yeah, it's like, this kind of sucks.
Be like trying to pick yourself up overhead.
And it's dead weight.
Yep.
So I'm really not looking forward to training with the 265 bag. But I don't have a choice.
Yeah. Let's see. What did I do today? I think I did 3 reps at 70%, 3 reps at 80%, and then an AMRAP at 85%, if I remember right. And then I dropped down to 65, and I did 5 by 10.
Nice. That's a lot of volume.
Yes.
Oh, squats?
Overhead.
Oh, overhead. Okay.
But I'm running something similar for my for all of my compound movements.
Okay. Yesterday was, well, you saw it. I did the yoke squat, and then after that, I did just back accessories. You okay there?
Yeah, my back's just starting to get a little bit uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
These chairs suck.
They're all right.
I bought them because they were like $60 a piece, and they look good on camera.
Right.
But, there's a reason the podcast isn't a 3-hour podcast. We definitely have to upgrade the chairs if we start doing 3-hour podcasts.
Get a couple of recliners.
Yep. Like a couch. Like a big black couch for the center of the room.
Big black leather couch.
Yeah.
Wear our new T-shirt designs while we're sitting on it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's good
definitely.
marketing right there.
Definitely. We'd have to change the palette wall out, just plain white background.
We can make it work.
We could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The content might be a little different though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully. I need to stop paying attention when I get notifications across the iPad while we're recording.
Oh, just people trying to hit you up, I guess.
It's just I just need to turn notifications off on things.
Right.
I need to turn notifications off on TikTok and Instagram just because they're getting to be too much. Especially with TikTok, just because things have been growing so fast.
Yeah, you get an alert every minute. Just ding, 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 ding.
Pretty
ding.
much.
Yeah, I can't do that. When you got a wife and a baby, notifications are never off.
I'm going to go through your phone if you leave it around. I'm going to change it to where all the notifications that pop up sound like a Tinder notification.
Sounds like
A
what?
Tinder notification.
Yeah, see, you can try that, but here's the thing. It's all Bluetooth to my hearing aid, so I'll be the only one who hears it.
Okay, well, that's not as fun.
So my first question would be, why the fuck do I have Tinder installed on my phone? Followed by, fuck you, Cameron. Why are you playing with my phone?
Oh.
But yeah, Yeah, I got one more week of this power block where I'm going to do 195 on the log at 3x5 because I hate myself. And then squats for like probably 80 or 85%. Haven't looked at my progression yet. Deadlift, same. And then max out again on yoke squat just because. And then move on to the peak phase where I'm just going to strip to the bare bone necessities and just try to push as hard as I can.
Yeah. And I'm still very much nursing that back injury.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like 4 or 5 on deadlifts felt heavy a couple days ago. They should not have felt heavy. But I could tell something weird was still going on with my back, so I didn't push it.
Well, back injuries take so long to heal.
Well, yeah, but that's frustrating. So I don't want to listen to that.
Sure.
I'd rather just be healed.
You'd rather just say, fuck it, send it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I do that, I'll be right back where I started, like, what was it, a month ago that I got injured?
Give or take. And
like
it's
that?
only been a month.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's been a ton of time.
No. Just feels like a ton of time. But like I said, it feels like there's been a ton of time since from right now, since yesterday morning.
Well, since you're doing that hypertrophy block, volume block, I'm assuming you have a lot of posterior chain accessories.
I do.
Yeah, so just push those hard, build up that back, and I'm sure that'll help.
Yeah. It's frustrating because I was expecting around 10 at 405, and I got 5. So.
Also, there are other factors that play in. You're tired, you're busy, you're stressed, so all those things kind of add up.
Less stressed than I used to be.
Well, that's good.
It's so weird. Like, you would think that leaving my full-time position and losing out on that guaranteed income would cause more stress, but I sleep better than ever.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's because now you have the freedom of time.
Yeah.
So you can do something about your circumstances.
Yeah.
You have more control. So, which I guess in my head, when you have control over situations, leads to less stress.
Yeah.
That's for me.
It feels like I have less time, though. That's what's weird, too.
Well, because you're using your time.
Yeah, maybe.
You're filling it up.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I message you, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Either here or helping somebody else.
Yeah. I need more time. Like, I wish I could just take a pill and not have to sleep anymore.
What's that movie? That movie where you take a pill and like you're just 1,000% on all your stats.
Talking about Limitless?
Yeah.
I already feel that way, though.
You what?
I already feel that way.
I didn't catch that.
I said I already feel that way.
Oh, you already feel that way.
That's what ADHD feels like.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
Like, I feel like I see and remember everything that I've ever, like, done.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the operating system is off.
Right.
So, like, if we started talking about something that reminded me, I'd remember the very first conversation you and I very first had.
Right.
With just violently accurate detail. But I might forget to put my food back in the fridge, or because as soon as I turn around, it no longer existed in my brain.
Wow.
Because I started thinking about something else.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, so somebody that I know has, it's a bar of dish soap.
Right.
Which is apparently a thing. I know you get dish soaps in bar form. But,
like dish soap?
Yeah. She does it to cut down on waste. So, like, there's not as much plastic that she's throwing away all the time. So it's just, it comes in a little cardboard box, and it's dish soap. You just put it on the side of the sink, and you just, rub your sponge on it or whatever,
and clean and
do your thing. And I saw it, and I was like, so I figured out a fatal flaw, and she's like, what? And then I completely forgot what I was thinking about until today. I remember it was the fact that because it's a bar of dish soap, you can't just put a couple of drops in a greasy pot and let it soak overnight. So, like, I'm washing the dishes with the dish soap. I think there's a fatal flaw here. I tell her, hey, there's a fatal flaw here. And then I forgot what the hell I was even talking about.
How does that happen so fast?
I don't know.
Like, I understand someone interrupting you and then you get distracted and forget. But, like, to literally just, like...
something else distracted me. My brain went somewhere else. And then the thought was just gone until earlier today when I was washing dishes because she gave me a bar of that dish soap to try out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's what the flaw was.
Well, do you like the dish soap?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works.
We use that stupid scrubby thing with you put the liquid soap into the brush itself. And
those suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, I don't mind. I don't care.
I don't like them.
I mean, most of my dishes go in a dishwasher anyway, except for the cast iron. So,
Yeah.
you know.
The cast iron, you just, you put in a tub of soapy water.
Yeah, that's how you get yourself shot, bud.
Yeah, that's how you get yourself shot.
That's some violence right
Did
there.
I just offend the ancestors?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna come back to haunt you.
Yeah, well, I mean, how else are you supposed to get the tomatoes off your gumbo pot?
Yeah, that's why when you go home at night and you hear somebody speaking French and there's no one in the room, there you go.
What?
The ghost.
Oh, the ghost.
Cajun ghost
the
speaking
ghost of
French.
France?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mon cher, I'm gonna beat the shit out you, boy.
All because you put tomatoes in the gumbo.
Oh, did I ever tell you about the vegan crawfish boil?
What?
The vegan crawfish boil?
Okay, so there's a word in that doesn't go.
I know. So, first of all, for any of you listeners out there who happen to be vegan, do your own thing. I don't care. It doesn't bother me the least bit whatsoever. But being that, cultural appropriation's a thing, I'm going to hit on this because I can. So I was stumbling upon Instagram because, whatever. And I stumbled upon this reel of these people doing a vegan crawfish boil. And the words they use really grabbed my attention. It says, here's how you can have a true Cajun crawfish boil without the crustacean genocide. So basically all they did was they just made some vegetables. They made spicy vegetable soup is what they did. Minus any protein whatsoever. Except like they put some beans or some shit in it.
Okay.
And I'm just like...
And they make it in like a pot?
Mm-hmm.
Like inside?
Yeah, they just made spicy vegetable soup. And I left the comments like, you do realize that the crustacean genocide is what makes this a crawfish boil. Like, just say you boil some potatoes and you use crab oil and some cayenne, call it a day. Like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's my rant for the day.
Yeah.
Vegan assholes.
So I want you to explain to those at home why it's cultural appropriation.
I don't know. I just wanted to use that word.
You've never gotten to use it before.
Nope. No, I could, but like a normal person, I generally don't give a shit what other people do. But that one kind of gnawed at me a little bit.
So what pissed you off more, that or a couple years ago when Disney put out their "This is how you make gumbo" video?
That was stupid. Like, it didn't make me mad or anything, but it's like that's just stupid. Like, I don't even think they even used a roux.
No, they didn't.
It's like, you can't. It's not a gumbo.
I just remember all the comments. Louisiana has joined the chat.
Like 4 generations of people collectively said "F you, Disney."
It's like I really don't understand businesses from outside of Louisiana trying to make Louisiana dishes. How do they get it so wrong when the internet is something that exists? That's what always confuses me.
Pretty much, unless you are been to Louisiana or living here and know what the cuisine is like, every place outside of the state that I have been to that says they have Creole or Cajun cuisine, all they did was they got some seafood and they doused it in cayenne pepper and they called it Cajun. It's like, that's not like, yeah, we like some spicy things, but that's not what makes it Cajun. Like, there's a method to the madness here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tradition to this that you just completely just decide, nah, not part of it.
Well, like, you can find all the right information online.
Yeah, Reddit's the thing. I mean, I'm sure there's all kinds of recipes on Reddit.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even Chef Gordon Ramsay, who's from England, knows better than that. So, it's like, how do you not go take the time just to YouTube it?
I don't know. I've seen him, like, boil a few crawfish.
Mm-hmm.
Which, for one, why are you going to boil 4 crawfish? What are you doing?
That's kind of an appetizer. Like, I know, like, some
Yeah.
places, like, way up there will get it, like, as an appetizer. Charge, like, $55 for it.
So you should start doing.
Like, open up a little restaurant in, like, New York for, like, here's some boiled crawfish. 5 of them for, like, $89.
Yeah.
There you go.
Try it out. Yeah. You can trust me. My name is French.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for those of you at home that don't know, we purposely mispronounce Matt's last name now. Just because
It's easier.
Well, it's easier for all of y'all at home to remember. To be completely honest, I've only gotten it right once.
Yeah.
And
my wife will correct you, but I'm over it.
Yeah. And I think it's a really cool stage name.
Stage name?
Yeah.
What's a cool stage name?
Mispronouncing your last name.
Oh.
Because like I always tell you, the name Mathew Cavalier, it sounds like it sounds like a middle school kid started writing an action novel.
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
so.
and he chose, and that's what he chose the character's name. Introducing the main character, Mathew Cavalier.
So I'm just going to, again, that sounds like a compliment, so I'm going to ride with it.
Yeah, it's not an insult by any means.
But for those of you back home, Cavalier. That's how you kind of say it in French. But
Now, you see, I've said Cavalier before, and you told me it was wrong.
you said it weirdly, though. You didn't really do it right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't roll your whatever.
Yeah,
but-
I'll roll this.
But unless you're from a small town called Pierreport, Louisiana, or other predominantly French-speaking Cajun towns in deep South Louisiana, you're not going to recognize that pronunciation. So,
It's because there's not a thing.
right. So, like the car or the basketball team, Cavalier works just fine, unless you're my wife. That just doesn't work. Which also makes me laugh because her maiden name is Quick, Quick. So it couldn't be further in the language spectrum than what my last name is, but she's obsessed over people saying it the proper Cajun French way.
Okay, so question.
Yeah.
How long did it take her to pronounce it right?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
How long did it take her to pronounce it right?
My name?
Yeah.
Almost immediately, because she was infatuated with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So she just like said it over and over again until she got it right?
pretty much.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then whenever we were trying to get pregnant, she was like, I want to have a little Cajun baby.
Seems
It's
kind of racist, but okay.
No, it's not. It's not a race. Or it might be. I don't know.
I know if you say Kunas on Facebook, you'll get banned.
Which is funny because we call ourselves Kunasses. Like it's not an insult by any means. It's just a word.
So, Chastity called herself a Kunas on Facebook and got like a week banned from Facebook.
Which is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's like no one ever uses it in a derogatory way.
No.
And if someone means it in a derogatory way, we don't realize it because no one ever uses it in a derogatory way.
And the school systems in Louisiana suck.
That too.
So we don't pick up on context clues.
Yeah, it is what it
Here in
is.
Louisiana.
Look, we have good food and we like to drink. I don't know what else you want.
We have really cool gyms too.
Yeah, we
like
do
the
have cool
Atlas Strength
gyms.
Shop in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, we might actually give you some crawfish if you ask.
Yep. I'm looking forward to next weekend.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yep. And we are doing it at your place, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, when you say we might give some crawfish if you ask, in my brain I was like, wait, is it here?
No, it's not here.
I missed that.
Yeah, no, we're not doing it here. I don't want to have to transport the equipment.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, wouldn't be bad.
No.
It's only a pot and burner.
The hardest part about that, though, we would get a lot of people who don't chip in trying to get crawfish.
That's kind of why I did it by invitation.
Yeah.
And look, for any of you Atlas members out there that hear this, I just invited some friends over for a crawfish boil. If you feel left out, I'm sorry, but I can't have 50 people at my house.
I'll give you his address and you can take him up with it personally.
Yeah. I'm not above violence, so proceed with cautions.
And that I'd have to remember your address because we both know damn well I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, you will.
Because I don't remember things like that. You think I'd write it down or like put it in your contact info in my phone or something? Which, full disclosure, I also haven't saved your number because I'm really bad at saving numbers.
I always wondered why you don't ever just text me directly. We always Facebook Messenger. Now that explains a lot.
Well, I do that with it's not just that though. It's because like whichever way I start talking to somebody is the way I always talk to them.
Makes sense.
So like you, it's always through Facebook Messenger. There are people I only talk through Instagram. There are people I only talk through Snapchat.
Hey, look, if that's how you have to compartmentalize to get through your day, don't let me stop you.
Yeah. I don't compartmentalize.
It's just one big mess.
Yeah. It's like my brain is like a beehive, and every bee has a brain like a normal person.
So is it like organized chaos or is it just chaos?
Yes.
Gotcha.
What is normal to the spider is chaos to the fly.
I guess that explains it.
Yeah. So that's why, like, if you walk into my office, sometimes it'll look like a disaster zone. Sometimes it'll look neat.
Mm-hmm. I have noticed that. Like, sometimes your office is really clean, and the next day I walk in, and it's like, what the fuck?
Well, I needed something.
You needed something, so you tore your office apart.
Yeah. It's usually, like, whenever I get into project mode.
Right.
In areas that aren't my office. If I'm in project mode in areas that aren't my office, my workstation, wherever that is neat and orderly.
Right.
My office is not my workstation at the time.
So it's a
I
disaster.
destroy it because I am looking for one bit.
Right.
Somewhere in that. What I really need and would solve the whole problem is a bigger toolbox.
And just organize it.
If I've got more tools than I do toolbox.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have an organized toolbox.
Yes.
Like one of those big rolling chests.
Yeah, if I had one of those, then my office would always look immaculate. But
you should see if they have one on Facebook Marketplace somewhere.
I've thought about it, but it's not something that's that big of a deal. And I'd rather look for gongs.
Look for what?
Gongs.
Gongs.
Yeah, I want a gong.
Like the hammer, gong.
Yep.
For what?
PRs.
Actually, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'd get behind that.
Yeah, we have PR gong. Anytime somebody hits a PR, we hit the gong.
So instead of a bell, you hit a gong.
Yep.
What would you? How big of a gong? Are we talking like an 8-foot gong, or
Oh no, that would be really expensive. I'm thinking like 2 feet.
you hang it up
most.
somewhere on the wall?
Yeah.
Just bing.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody suggested I just get a piece of sheet metal.
And a hammer.
Yeah. We have hammers. We have sledgehammers.
Yeah, we do have
We have
sledgehammers.
the mace bell.
Oh, maybe we could do something like that.
Yep. That'd be dangerous though. Swinging a 20-pound mace bell.
We put heavy things over our heads for fun. I mean, dangerous is kind of what we do.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. Kind of make a TikTok because I've seen a lot of mace content come across my feed lately.
Mm-hmm.
And I know mace bells can get pretty expensive.
Right.
So I think somebody needs to put a video out there explaining that you can do the same damn thing with a $10 sledgehammer that you got at a pawn shop.
True. I know they do that shoulder thing.
Yeah, just they call them mills.
Okay. Yeah.
But you can do that with sledgehammer too.
Yeah.
You know, it's just weight on the end of a stick. That's all a mace bell is.
Just don't whack yourself with the sledge. Well,
Yeah.
don't whack yourself with the mace bell either.
Yeah.
Just don't get whacked.
Yeah. Try very hard to avoid hitting yourself with a weight.
Yeah. It might hurt.
A little bit. Man, we are at an hour and 12 minutes of rambling. Do we want to go ahead and take this thing home for a landing?
Yep. Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah. Go ahead and get started editing this bitch.
I got to go home and, well, actually, baby should be asleep. So, hell, maybe I might get a solid night's sleep tonight.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, sponsors, we're going to recap on those real quick. First and foremost, go to strikeforceenergy.com. Use promo code AtlasStrength at checkout. You're going to save 20% on your next purchase of energy supplements. Next, we have Impact Mouth Guards. If you like your teeth and you would like to keep them in your head and not crack your molars during a heavy PR, I wonder if you clicking your teeth is going to wind up on the microphone. We'll see.
It might.
If you want to keep from cracking your teeth on a heavy PR, use promo code AtlasStrength at checkout. You're going to save 10% on your next mouthguard purchase. Next up, we have Sticks and Stone. They are our latest sponsor. Hit that dude up on Instagram if you want really cool rocks that you can pick up and do things with.
I like rocks.
I like rocks too. Crack rocks. And last but not least, we have the Atlas Strength Shop. That is us. We are located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in the heart of Baton Rouge. We do all things strength sports here, so definitely come and check us out if you're in the area. If you're not in the area and you still want to support us, you can use promo code AtlasNerds10 at checkout. You're going to save 10% on your next piece of apparel. I drew them all myself. I think they're pretty good.
They are pretty cool.
Matt, you have anything to add?
No. Go move something heavy, guys.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you.
See you.